Godly Republicanism in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Hello, my name is Samuel McFadden, and I'm doing my discussion assignment on the concept of godly republicanism in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. What exactly was godly republicanism? Let us first start with the definition of regular republicanism. Republicanism is usually taken to mean a government by and for the people without a monarch. For people living in 17th century Europe, this is an affront. To them, the monarch was installed by God himself and had to be obeyed at all cost. Republicanism was essentially rebelling against God. The Puritans, however, thought slightly differently about the concept of republicanism. They had fled England due to the corruption of the church and the crown and believed that republicanism, with its emphasis on the people making the rules which they live by, would be better suited to the Christian society they wished to build than a monarchy. They wanted to preserve both the purity of the churches and the liberties of the people, as they believed that true freedom could only be found in following the word of God as closely as possible. Now let us discuss how exactly the Puritans' form of godly republicanism worked in practice. On October 19th, 1630, the founder of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, John Winthrop, put forth two proposals. The first was that these people would become freemen or voters in the colony. The second would be that freemen would elect assistants or boards of directors when they are to be chosen. Any necessary elections would take place at the annual general court meeting. The colonists agreed to these proposals. The freemen's powers then rapidly expanded. According to the official records of the Governor and Company of the Massachusetts Bay in New England, annual elections of the assistants of governors began in 1632. 2 years later, in 1634, the General Court became the colony's top judicial and legislative body, meeting 4 times each year with the assistants chosen by the freemen of each town. This is the only colony in King Charles I's realm that allowed the freemen to have the final say over the people in charge of them. Now let's discuss the ideological foundations of the Puritans' republicanism. As most people know, the roots of Puritanism is purity. They saw the Church of England as corrupt and becoming too much like the dreaded Roman Catholic Church. As many mainstream Anglicans resented the Roman Catholic Church with the idea that one man could rule over many, many Puritans also resented the Anglican practice of archbishops and bishops. As is attributed to Thomas Cartwright in The Works of John Whitgift, containing the defense of the answer to the admonitions against the reply of Thomas Cartwright. The monarchy over the whole church and over every particular church and over every single member in the church is Christ alone. Cartwright, this is also a sign of what he termed excessive power, a second reason to oppose the concept of bishops. And as the Church of England was the established church, this also had a political aspect. Many Puritans also demanded Parliament follow the laws it passed and also respect freedom of speech. Thusly, godly republicanism turned the traditional Christian arguments for monarchy on their head by pointing out the dangers and fallacies of absolute power.